Hello and good morning. What we're doing today is we're going to start where we left off yesterday. And I want to do this so that way you can pause, you can rewind, you can go back and look what I'm doing. And this is the next step after you register. So if you have not registered yet, do that first. Watch that video. If you're having trouble with that, you can always come on Google Meets today. I'll be on there just helping people with what they're doing. I'm not going to do a lesson on Google Meets, just this stuff. Okay, so once you're registered, you will get to a page that looks a lot like this. What I want you to do, there are two ways you can make a new project if you haven't already. You can either click this button over here, or you can click New Project over here. Now, if you've already created a project that's right here, you can click that same project and just click Open, and you'll end up on the same space I am. So I'm going to create a new project. This new project is going to be a blank project, okay? So make sure there's a blue right there. Once you do that, you're going to click Submit. After I click Submit, this will pop up here. So this allows you to have different versions of the same thing, so you can edit one and keep the original. You can add it to different galleries, etc. But we're just going to focus on our private gallery for now. We'll work on the public galleries a little later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this the flower turtle. So you can do that too. Go ahead and pause every time I do something, so that way you can come back and I'm still doing the next thing. Okay, so I'm also going to make a description. Turtles make a small flower shape. So that's going to be my quick description, so I know that if I ever add a new version or something, I can change what's in my description. So pause, go do that real quick, and then come back to me. All right, now that we're back, we're going to need to focus on a couple different things. This right here is your space, right? This is your terrain that everything else is everything's going to act on this space right here. Anything off the space, it won't work. So I can edit the camera and I'll edit interface. And as I'm doing this, I'll show you guys later how to zoom into it, how to manipulate this space right here. Now, the three things I need you to notice right now are setup, forever, and then run code. So those three things, setup, forever, and run code. So we're going to go scroll down all down here, and we have the world, everyone, and turtle. So we're going to start with the world. When we start with the world, we're going to start with what we want to happen when we click this setup button. So when I click that setup button, I'm going to, and because I'm already on agents, I'm going to pull out the couple of different pieces of code that I need. I need create, this one, each do, and then I also need to delete everyone. So go ahead and pause, run and do that, and then come back. Now that you're back, these are your drawers right here. So it's kind of like your drawers in your bedroom. So you open them up and you get different things. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit this environment one. Okay? So in the environment, every time we hit that startup button, we're going to actually clear everything that's on our terrain. Once that happens, then we're going to go back to our drawer and we're going to go down to this interface. Now the interface is how things work inside the world that we're in. Now notice these are all color coded. So I have a light green, a dark green, orange. So I can determine where everything is up here. So I'm going to use this when pushed. You'll notice that there's no puzzle marking up on top of this. That's because that is going to be my outside of my code. So that's the start of my code. So when, and I click this, setup is pushed, because we want to make sure it's when this thing is pushed. Then I'm going to clear terrain and delete everything. So I want to start from fresh every time. Then I want to create, I'm going to put 5 in here and put turtles. Now, if I scroll up and I click run code and set up, if you look really closely, And if I zoom in a little bit, if I can, that's not letting me zoom in for whatever reason. So you can see this little white mark right there. Those are all 5 of my turtles. So I want them to go out separate ways. Now they're all facing a different direction. So I'm going to go down to movement, okay? And I'm going to go forward 3 spaces. Simple, easy. That way, when I click setup, run code and setup, sorry. Now I can actually see 5 little turtles. So now they're all facing a different way. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to click on this turtle part. Once I click here, now I'm just manipulating each turtle individually, okay? So I'm going to go up to my interface again, because this time I want when this forever is toggled. So if it's clicked and it'll stay clicked until I unclick it. So when that's toggled, so while it's toggled, I'm going to click forever, then I want these turtles to do something. I just want them to move. So I'm going to grab my movement again, and I'm going to move forward. So I'm going to move forward 5 steps. Okay, it's going to go 5 steps, and this is going to repeat, because this thing right here, this arc, this is called a loop. So it's just going to repeat until I stop this forever. So while I'm moving forever, if I run this code right now, and I set up, and I run, it's just going to move straight in 5 directions, right? So it's just going to keep moving in 5 directions, and once it hits the wall, it's going to bounce off, etc., which is kind of cool. But I want this to do something different. So I actually want it to make a turn. So I'm going to turn left by 15 degrees. So that way I can turn left. And you can play with the degrees. So that way you can push setup and forever. Now they're going to turn left, and they're just going to keep kind of coming inside and then outside. So now we have that. But now we want to actually draw something. So I'm going to go back into environment in my drawer, and I'm going to grab this pen. So it's kind of like having a pen on a piece of paper. So when that pen is down, then it's actually going to draw. So let's try that again. And now they're actually drawing a flower. And that's it. So now you've just created your first 3D, it is 3D if you look at it in a different angle, 3D model that has different things interacting with its environment. All right. So what I want you to do now is you're going to take a screenshot of this. On the next slide, you'll see how to make a screenshot. So this one, and then you're going to turn it in. All right. Great. I will see you next time.